And then again, 3 to 5 days to do the final project. You walk into a home, it looks like a brand new kitchen. It's going to be probably under $10,000. And which, based on most of the statistics in the industry, whether it's a Zillow or Realtor.com, that's going to return anywhere from 80 to 110% of your investment. And the other thing it's going to do I think it's really critical for investors is when someone walks into the home, that passion and excited about being and living in that space will get them to put down offers faster and get that investor their return faster.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
I'm your host, Scott Bursey, and on this show, we focus on the strategies required to move beyond single deals and build a truly scalable real estate enterprise. Today, we have an expert joining us to deep dive into the essential discipline of home improvements, the key to maximizing property value and ensuring project execution. Joining us, Christopher Seman from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Christopher, thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me, Scott. Excited to be here.
Awesome to have you on the show. So before we dive into the market dynamics of things, if you could give our audience a quick version of your journey. How did you get into the home improvement sector?
Well, I like to think that journey, we all have plans, and then, God laughs and you go down a different direction. And I took that right turn when I thought I was going left. And I had been working out of college in retail space. I'd been working in the home improvement space in a competitor of Home Depot's that had launched out of the East Coast. And I had been doing that for a couple of years when I got an opportunity to leave the retail grind of the hours and start getting into actually was commercial maintenance in the apartment industry. And I know it's all sound like convoluted, but the next thing you know, I had this opportunity. There was a local startup in Ann Arbor that was doing a franchise system in the handyman space. And they were looking for somebody who had P&L experience, who could help their business owners become truly successful business owners. And, it sounded fun, sounded like something I could do for a year or two. And 24 years later, here I am still doing it. And it's something I just, once you just don't know when that thing's going to reach out and touch you and you're going to fall in love with it until you actually do it. And that's what happened to me. And that's a really brief summary of the journey, but it was something that I built up a lot of experience in the trades. And so it just was kind of a natural fit to help business owners be successful in that same arena. And it's been a ride ever since.
Oh, yes. A fruitful ride I can sense. And I can also sense the passion that you still have at this stage of your career. That's awesome. So, Christopher, what is the most single effective home improvement strategy an investor can make right now to maximize their property value?
Well, I think you look at a lot of things the home primarily, if you're looking at it from an investor perspective and you want to be able to get the highest rate of return, you're going to look at those things that are going to be relatively quick to do, They're going to make a big visual impression on the consumer.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And yet aren't going to cost you months to get completed, and they're not going to take, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what we, kind of tell you a little bit about Enhance and what we specialize in, why I'm so excited to be part of this organization, is that we can come in and basically with our proprietary coatings and processes can turn any kitchen into a brand new kitchen without having to change layout or cabinet boxes. And we can do that whole process. If you use the existing doors, the entire project takes 3 to 5 days. If you need us to order you new doors to give you a new look and feel, we can, takes us about a week to get those doors. And then again, 3 to 5 days to do the final project. You walk into a home, it looks like a brand new kitchen. It's going to be probably under $10,000. And which, based on most of the statistics in the industry, whether it's a Zillow or Realtor.com, that's going to return anywhere from 80 to 110% of your investment. And the other thing it's going to do I think it's really critical for our investors is when someone walks into the home, that passion and excited about being and living in that space will get them to put down offers faster and, get that investor their return faster. Because, like anything, when you got money sitting there, that money could be earning more money in a new investment or in some other area instead of sitting in a home that you've already put the work and energy and effort into.
That's so key, critical. Thank you for that. And what's the biggest red flag in a renovation budget most investors tend to overlook, perhaps?
Red flag. I mean, I think it's interesting. I'm just going a different, kind of different direction. But, one of the things that I think as a homeowner, we get super excited about are things like new countertops. And we want to get the best and the fanciest countertop existing out there. And yet countertops have been proven consistently to have some of the poorest return on investment, that they don't make the same impact. And I think part of the reason is you start getting into, like, if you have a cabinet and you're making it, whether it's, you turn it into a white cabinet, that's pretty neutral to the consumer and can be very appealing to a wide variety of customers. If you pick a unique stone pattern or a unique color pattern to your marble or your surfaces, that might be personal to you, but it might not appeal to the consumer directly. And so the common thing there is, like, if you're going to do this and you're looking at new countertops, find one that's relatively neutral and allows the customer to project themselves into the home instead of getting a feel for your personal taste.
On that note, are there any specific materials or design trends you're doubling down on, to maximize your ROI this next year or the foreseeable future?
Well, for us, design trends, like, one of the things that's really interesting about design trends is if you try to match the current design trend, with the impact of influencers and social media, that it's almost impossible to keep up. And so when you're looking at your home, well, if you're looking for there's 2 ways we always discuss people. If you're looking at it for how you're going to live there, we're talking a different story than if you're going to be an investor. And if you're an investor, what we talk to you about is sticking to the neutral and the more common trends, which, shockingly, is still the white kitchen. It is still hits that mark. And then if you have a lighter wood currently in there, but it's just looking a little beat up and ragged, we just recommend a renewal back to that lighter cabinet and make it look pop and make it look brand new. One of the things that Enhance does with its coatings is it has this process called light speed. And it's just a fancy way of saying we put in a very resistant to damage oils and adhesion principle. It uses a small nanotechnology to kind of adhere to both the cabinet and to protect you on the outside, but it maintains elasticity. So if, like, you took that big pot and you accidentally bashed the side of your cabinet, the cabinet wood might be dented, but the coating is still going to stay and not peel or crack off. And I know those are things we can do either in a natural wood look or color look. But as an investor, I'd highly recommend you stay pretty neutral.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And don't get too crazy with the new current trends, because the way trends are going right now, 6 months later, it's probably a new trend.
Makes perfect sense. And along those lines, what do you feel that your company's biggest strength is right now in the marketplace?
Well, I think in our marketplace, we occupy this unique niche that we're professional coding, like we're trying to duplicate something you'd get right out of the manufacturing facility. So compared to a paint, when someone paints a cabinet, we have more durability, more of a pop, more of a new cabinet feel. And we also can do our projects in 3 to 5 days. So when you look at remodeling, having been in this industry so long, one of the things that really disturbs the homeowner is the amount of time it takes some of these projects to be completed, and how it totally disrupts your life, and it stops you from doing whatever it is that you want to do next. And from an investor perspective, that means that's just time you don't have to sell or show or whatever else you need to do in the home, because it's all disrupt and you're waiting for this contractor to come in with this component, and this piece needs to come in from somewhere in special order, and all of it just kind of combines into. So in our niche, what we always say is we can give you a brand new kitchen in 3 to 5 days. When we're done with your kitchen on Friday at 5, you can have a happy hour at 5:30 and show it off to all your friends and neighbors. They can touch it, they can feel it, it doesn't even matter, and you're ready to go. And it's a live-in home ready to go. We use all low VOC stuff, so everything that we actually do spray in the home, which is mostly just the boxes, your house isn't going to reek for weeks. It's all that stuff's kind of critical to what we do. We really shoot down that avenue of giving you the new look and feel without any major disruption to the home, without any major costs either, because we can come in significantly less than a major remodel. And then why are you remodeling? A lot of times we remodel because we don't like the cabinet. Well, with new doors, new hardware, use your same boxes, because a box never changes for the most part. And then boom, I can get you a brand new looking kitchen. And especially most kitchens, really, we can't do much with the layout anyways. So let's save the money, get you the look, and get you a lot less disruption into your home.
You bet. Hey, when your team's done, I'm sure that's a festive happy hour on Friday evening.
Yeah, we
Let
we
me
like
ask
to
you this.
recommend. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, we like to recommend all of our franchise locations. When we finish up a project, we try to give you, a couple $100 for a pizza party or something like that, to have people over and be able to see it. And we feel like our work speaks as our greatest salesperson. So, um, we kind of encourage that kind of continual relationship, even though you might only change your kitchen every 7 years. We can, all your friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers, we want to make sure they know what they can get as well.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Hey, that's great strategy. I love it. What may be one of your challenges right now as you see it, Christopher?
Um, I think in this particular industry, there's a couple different challenges for us. Is one is making sure you're a clear differentiator from what it is that you actually offer. What's the niche you're in, and how can that really help the consumer? Our franchise owners tend to be some great. They're hardworking. They got into this business because they want to have people get beautiful kitchens, but sometimes they're not the best people at articulating how this kitchen is different than a painter, how this kitchen is different than a full kitchen remodeler. And so as we get into these scenarios, a lot of what we do and spend our time with is helping support them in, education, training, sales skills. If you're in the sales space at all, you know that sales skills need to be refreshed all the time. It's not something you learn once and just, go on your own. You keep refreshing and growing and getting better at it. And as the world gets, complex, why would you select an enhance owner to come in and do your kitchen? And that's something that we have to continue to fight every single day. And see that as really the opportunity as well as the challenge.
Sure, let's continue down that road. What is your best strategy, I guess, Christopher, for finding and keeping reliable contractors in the current market?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Well, for us, because it's a unique proprietary process, we have to find people who have had some sort of application experience in the past. So maybe they were a painter at one point in time. Maybe they've done painting through handyman work, but they've got some familiarity with spraying applications, coatings. It could be for automobiles. It could be for manufacturing. It could be in the home. And then we get that kind of, that kind of baseline to start. And then we have an entire training program set up with them to kind of ingrain them in. And then what we like to do is make sure that our compensation is, top in the market, because one, we want that quality, and two, we want that retention of that employee. And so we pay is extremely well for that industry. And we want to keep encouraging people to develop and invest in their technicians, is what we call them. And, some of the things that we're doing here at the corporate level to help our owners in the field is that we have identified 21 common scenarios that would cause application issues if you don't prepare the surfaces or the product appropriately. Let's say you're in Florida and the humidity is 100%, that changes how applications are applied. And what we have done is, working through these new AI tools, we're able to create an app that goes right on the technician's phone. He can just type in the weather conditions, and it'll give him all different prep things that he needs to do to make sure that that kitchen is going to be outstanding. And I feel like in any industry, if you want to retain people, if you can give them a sense of success, that's where people want to be, where they feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves, and also something that they can be successful, and they can participate and be a key member in that success organization. And that's what we're trying to continue to drive and develop, because um, I think every industry that hires people, how do you get the best people and how do you retain the best people should be a focus for you at all times.
Absolutely. And people feel much better when they're contributing, especially in this sort of a positive business. What would you like homeowners to know about the business? If you could convey a message, a single message, what would that be that you'd like homeowners to know about the company?
Um, we can change your life by changing your kitchen, but we can do it in less than a week.
I love
And,
it.
Scott, as you know, the kitchen, the home, that's the heart of the home. And that's where people spend their time. That's where they gather. That's where they have their meals. That's where they share time together. In this world that's so disconnected with screens and social media and streaming and everything like that, it is the one heart that we can all still bond around. And a lot of times, we can get despair at, I can't spend $100,000 to get my dream kitchen. Well, I can get you a color change for $4,000 to $6,000. It'll make you feel like you're in a brand new kitchen, and that will change so much. And make you proud again of being in this home that's your largest investment for most Americans.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. It's one of my favorite places, that's for sure. Christopher, we've discussed so much today about maximizing value through home improvements, contractor management, and navigating renovation risk. If you could leave our audience with one single overarching principle for moving beyond single deals to building a truly lasting, scalable real estate enterprise, what would that be as it relates to your business, home improvements?
Well, the primary thing about home improvement, and this, I'm going to go industry experience, not just the enhanced kitchen experience, is, as an investor, be loyal to your contractors who provide the value and can operate in a time frame that works for you. and find those people and develop good relationships where you're going back and forth, because as you're helping their business, they're going to help your business. And this is a really an industry where personal relationships and connections matter. And it's an industry that sometimes, especially if you're on the investor side, understand that sometimes your contractors are not always treated as at the same level of professionalism as some other industries are. And if you can provide that back to them, you're going to get faster service. You're going to get your projects done at a better cost, and you're going to be able to move on and do multiple projects at the same time instead of being, the one house at a time investor, which is nice, but it's not going to meet many people's goals. So this is how you can expand and grow your business, because in your community right now, your good contractors know the other good contractors. And if you treat them well, they'll treat you well. They'll get you those names, those connections.
Absolutely. Those relationships are everything. They're key. They're so critical. And those are great words of wisdom. Thank you for sharing your deep expertise with the Real Estate Pros community here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, Scott. This has been a delight, and really enjoyed the time with you. And I hopefully your audience was able to get something out of it. And I just, wish everyone the most success. As I love entrepreneurs and I love the entrepreneurial journey, and wish everyone the most success they can possibly have in it.
And for our listeners who want to follow your work, connect with you, or learn more about your insights, what's the best way that they can reach out to you?
I think the easiest way is, always on the internet. And it's, we're at enhance.com. That's NHANCE.com. And we're part of the Belfour franchise group. So, there's ultimately many opportunities within there. If you want to take a look at either one of those locations, it all connects us back to your local Enhance, who's going to be the person who's going to sit here and be your partner into the future.
Awesome. And I know our audience is walking away with multiple golden nuggets from today's show. And thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in. If you found value in today's episode, please make sure you're subscribed. Until next time, keep your standards high and your vision clear. We'll see you in the next episode, everyone.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.